This is a Crack House Chronicles production.
Welcome to the Crack House Chronicles, your favorite true crime podcast. I am Donnie, and with me is a man that loves hearing those four little words. Your order has just shipped. Miss Dale.
I thought you were going to say your beer has arrived.
Yeah, it's just great when you order something online and you get that little message. Your order has shipped.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. Yeah.
Or you got them.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Your package has been delivered.
I'll give you got them, so I guess that's 3.
Yeah, but when I get them, they're usually not for me.
Yeah.
My wife keeps Amazon in business.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah. Yeah, she really does. I keep telling him, that one day we didn't order anything, and the driver came to the house to just make sure we were okay.
You guys are right in there?
Yeah.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. What's going on, bud?
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
Back in the house.
Back in the house, doing an episode, doing it up right.
Gonna do it up.
We got a good episode today, man.
Yeah. I seen a thing the other day that said, it's not a crack house, it's a crack home.
Oh, man.
And I did have somebody ask me today, said, I got to ask you a question. I'm like, well, what is it? He said, are we crackheads? Like, what do you mean? He goes, fans, are we crackheads? I was like, I don't know. People have said that, but I don't know. We don't push that because we don't know. We don't want to make it sound derogatory.
No,
but
that's just the name
if
of
you want to call yourself that, go for it.
It's just the name of a show.
That's right.
We don't have anything to do with anything.
That's right. Fun.
That's it. You got any good shout-outs or anything?
Hey, look at that.
Bud.
Brand new, right off the interwebs.
The internet.
Yes, a brand new Apple Podcast 5-star. Review comes in, and this comes from 63 Zelda.
63 Zelda.
Yeah.
What happened to Zelda 1 through 62?
I don't know. I guess they're still practicing.
I guess.
Maybe there's a lot of links in one Zelda.
I wonder if 63 is the end of it, or that's just
I don't know.
One in line.
I can ask my daughter. She can know Zelda inside and out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about it. Except for he goes, yeah, when he's cutting bushes. That's all I know.
How's it go? Okay.
We'll have to edit that. That was funny. Anyway, he goes, love y'all. Love this show so much. This Southern girl likes her podcast served with a side of Southern drawl, intelligent perspectives, and down-to-earth humor. Just wish there were more episodes to binge. Thank you guys. You're fabulous.
Wow. Fabulous.
Fabulous. That's the first time we've been fabulous.
I like
probably
that. So.
With a little heart at the end, too.
Man. That's just like icing on the
fabulous.
Yeah. Icing on the cake. Yeah, cherry on top.
That's right.
Yeah,
Good
that's
stuff.
awesome.
Good stuff.
Anybody else wants to be like 63 Zelda, they can go to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star rate and review. Write something in that box, and we will give you a shout out, man.
That's right.
Yes, we will.
Go to the store page, get you a shirt, pick it up. We got a brand new design on it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a little Star Wars font.
Yeah, Star Wars gimmick.
Yeah, and there's one with just a front logo, and there's one with a back that's got the QR code.
Yeah, for the show.
Yeah.
How groovy is that?
That's pretty awesome.
That's like we're like up to date and stuff.
Yeah, Dale done that. That's all Dale's brainchild right there. So he done that. It's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we love it. And that's about it before we get in this episode, bud.
All right, then. Let's do it.
We get back from this short break. We got a good episode.
Yeah, we do.
All right, we'll be right back.
Let's go.
All right, Dale, we're back. And you remember a few episodes ago, we covered the Shelby Bookstore murders.
How can you forget?
I know. I mean, it's right here in Cleveland County.
Right.
Terrible, terrible case.
Seems like a lot of people may have forget or never heard of it, but we definitely have not.
I know. And then we interviewed Diana Melton. She's the sister of Travis Melton that was murdered. Employee there at the bookstore.
Right.
That was murdered. And, man, it's just horrific what happened. But on this episode, we're honored and privileged to have Jon Anthony. He was there that night. He survived what happened, and he's going to walk us through that and tell us what happened.
Wow. Yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah. So, Jon, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
We thank you, bud. So, just getting into it, man, just tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I had just gotten out of the United States Air Force, and I had come home. I was trying to find a job, truthfully, and that day that it happened, which was January the 17th,
Mm-hmm.
Travis had heard that I was at home. I was friends with Travis, and he had heard that I was at home, and he called me and told me that he was at work. And I told him, I said, Travis, there ain't no place going to let me in to come see you, because he was wanting to talk to me, and all. And I said, no place is going to let me come in to talk to you unless it's a convenience store. He said, no. He said, it ain't no convenience store. And I said, well, where do you work at? And he told me. He said, I work up here at the Shelby III Adult Bookstore. And I told him, I said, Travis, what goes on in them places? Because I'd never been in one. And he talked me in coming up there, and we sat back, and I was sitting on the. Am I going too far in depth right now?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but anyhow, I was sitting behind the counter, and he and we were talking.
About what time did you get there that night, John?
Oh God, honestly and truthfully, I don't remember. I'm not going to play no games. I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine.
So, give or take, how long were you guys just sitting there shooting the bull? Are you just talking a little while, 5 minutes to hour or so?
It was longer than that. I'd say it was a couple of hours, because that night after it was that he closed it down, which he told me he closed it down at 12 midnight. Back then, Arby's at Shelby stayed open 24 hours a day.
Yep.
We were going to go over to Arby's and get us the sandwiches and sit back and talk more. And I told him, I said, well, that's fine. And anyway, we were sitting there, and we were just talking and bull crapping.
Mm-hmm.
And 15 minutes before closing, the front doors was knocked open. Told everybody to hit the floor. And I honestly and truthfully, I don't know what to tell you other than I had to have been the very first one shot in the head.
Man. Okay, let's hold on a second. So when they came in, everybody was just, I guess there were several people in there, but everybody just hit the floor right where they were?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was pretty scary. You didn't have no idea. You went from just sitting there with your friend and the door blows open, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Was it the three of them come in, or was it four? How many came in? Could you tell?
Or do you even?
Yeah, do you remember?
Well, I'm sorry.
No.
The detective that was over me, which was Jerry, he set up and he asked me how many it was that came in. And I told him, I said, Jerry, I'm sorry. I said, I only saw two, and that's all that I saw.
Yeah.
And he sat there and he told me, he said, well, that's all I needed to know. But he found out to it that there was, I think he said 3 that was involved. But I didn't see the third one. And anyway, I was laying behind the counter. And when I was laying behind the counter, I never heard a gunshot. I never heard nothing.
Wow.
I never heard a thing. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's the good Lord upstairs that saved me.
How many times were you shot, John?
Once.
Okay.
I still have the bullet in my brain right now.
Oh, man.
Wow.
But I came to the first time, and whenever I came to the first time, something just told me, said, pick up your head and turn it around. And I picked up my head, and I turned it around, and I saw this one guy with his foot on the neck of this other guy. I did not hear a gun, but I saw him, and I saw blood go squirting out, and I said, oh, dear God, I said, we're going to be killed. What do I do? And the first thing went through my mind was turn around and put your head back down. Don't move. And that's what I've done.
Smart, man.
Yeah.
And the second time I came to, I didn't even check to see if they were even still in there. I just pushed myself up. I said, I've got to go get help. And whenever it was that I pushed myself up, there was a thing of gasoline sitting in my head with the wick burning to it.
Oh, God.
They had meant to blow the building up. And if the fire had hit that gasoline, the cops and all said to it, you wouldn't know who nobody was. But I picked myself up, and I couldn't understand. I didn't even know then that I'd been shot. I'll be truthful. And I grabbed my keys out of my pocket, and I said, I've got to go get help. And I went outside and got to my car, And whenever I got to my car, I started it up because that night it snowed. And I said, my God, I said, why is my head hurting so badly? And I took my hand up and came back down, and it was covered in blood. And I said, I've been shot, and I passed out in the car.
Oh, man.
Good gracious, John.
That's a lot to take in.
That's a lot. Let's go back when them guys busted in the door. I mean, what did they exactly say? Did they just say hit the floor, or was anything else with it?
No, they told everybody to hit the floor, and that's what it was that we all done. We didn't. I mean, nobody knew what else to do.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you who they were because they had ski masks on and had camouflage jackets on and everything. And Jerry Sweat set up and swore to me that I'm not for sure if I'm correct, but I could still, as of today, swear to it. I thought they had sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
But he told me that it was not sawed off. I didn't even know what it was that I had been shot with until it was that I came home out of the hospital, and my mom told me then that I was shot with the .22, said the other boys was shot with something else. And that's what it was that took their life. But there was me and another boy named Jimmy that survived.
Yeah, Jimmy Paris,
And
James
I don't
Paris.
I'm sorry.
James Paris.
I think that was his name.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if he's even still alive now or not. I hadn't heard from him in years upon years upon years. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, it was not fun. You name it.
So after you got out to your car, and James Paris, I guess he got out. How long after y'all got out did help come or law enforcement come? How long do you think you sat there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I honestly and truthfully, I don't know. I know that there was a mechanic that it was that I knew from up here above. Oh God, what is his name? I think he's up close to Ellenborough. That was coming down 74, and he saw the smoke coming from the building, and he saw the cars and all there. And he says to me that he was the one who called 911.
So you get to the hospital. John, how bad were your injuries? I mean, you said you got shot once in the head, but they didn't take the bullet out. Obviously, you said it's still in your head. How severe were your injuries? Did they tell you?
Well, the funny part with that is that my mother worked at the hospital.
Oh, man.
And they had taken me into the emergency room, and they called upstairs, and they told her that, that she needed to come down to the emergency room, that I had been involved in an accident. And she started, to walk on down by herself, and they said, no, said, let us take and get your pocketbook and all. And she looked at him right funny, and she's like, I'll be right back. Said, no, honey. Said, let's get your pocketbook. Said, you may want to take and stay with him a while. They already knew what it was that had happened, but see, she didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And she came down, and they took her into, I don't know what emergency room it was, but they showed her, and she said, that's not my son. And they said, oh, said, I'm sorry, said, we've got you in the wrong room. And then they brought her into the room that I was in. And when they brought her into the room that it was that I was in, she said she looked down, she saw no blood, no nothing. And said she got mad, and she said, Johnny, it's Mama. She says, talk to me. And she said to her, of course I didn't talk, I didn't do nothing. I did nothing. And the doctor looked at her and said, so you were his mother? And said, yes. And said, your son has been shot. And they picked up my head and turned it to where she could see it. And she went hysterical.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Were you able to talk? I mean, were you able to move?
No.
Really?
No. I was in a coma for months.
God almighty.
Wow. Yeah, I never heard that.
No, I never heard that either, John. Dang. So,
Yeah, I was in a coma because they sent me to Charlotte, and my I think it was called a neurosurgeon.
yeah.
Yep.
His name was Dr. Vanderveer. And the night that it was that all this happened was the night that it snowed. And they told my mom and all of them over here at Shelby, they said, there's nothing we can do, so we need to get him to Charlotte as quick as we can. And they were calling to get a helicopter, but because of the weather or something, I don't remember for what reason, the helicopter could not get here to pick me up, to take me.
Yeah.
So they had to take me by ambulance. And Uncle Doc come, and he had his Suburban, and they all loaded up in it. And he said to it, he'd follow the ambulance. Well, I don't know how or what it was, but he said to it that he drove over 100 miles an hour up 85 to get to the airport. I mean, to get to the hospital, and that whenever it was that he got there, said it took him, I think he said 28 minutes to get from Shelby to the hospital
Wow.
in Charlotte. And he said whenever it was that he got everybody there, said the ambulance had already dropped me off, and they had already prepped me for surgery.
Wow.
Man.
They got you down there quick.
They had to, but see, I don't know nothing, period, about all that. And they took me into surgery, and whenever they took me into surgery, Dr. Vanderveer came out and talked to the family and told the family, he said, I'm sorry. He said, I've done everything I can do. He said, the bullet's still in the man's brain. He said, the best thing you can do is have the morgue on standby. Said he'll never pull through it.
Oh, my God.
And said if he does, said he'll be a living vegetable.
Wow.
He told my family that he had to remove the part of the brain that controls the speech. He said he'll never speak again. And you hear me right now.
Oh, yeah.
Miracle, man.
Very much so.
Whenever it was that he finished up and everything, they took me, I was in ICU, intensive care unit or something like that. And they'd only let 2 people in to see me every so many hours.
Yeah.
Right.
And anyhow, they kept me in there, and I don't remember what all it was that happened then, but Mom told me that Charlie, the man who adopted me, I didn't find that out till after it was that I came home that I was adopted. But anyhow, said to it to Charlie, the one and only time that she ever saw him pray was whenever it was that I was shot.
Wow.
And said that he went to the church chapel or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to it that he sat back and he prayed, and said whenever he prayed, said to it that he got up, and when he got up, he looked at her and he told her, he said, you don't have anything to worry about. Said he's going to be fine. And Mama said to him, told me that, you know, that she, every time it was that they would take her and let him in, she'd come in and check on me, you know, and then she'd go out and she'd go to the chapel, pray and all. And she said she finally got down to the point where it was that she said, I might as well just take and let this go, because she said, I've got the feeling that he's going to be fine. And said she told Dr. Vanderveer that. Dr. Vanderveer said, I'm sorry to tell you, but said he is still in a coma. He said, you can't really say. She said, God above told me he's going to be fine.
Wow.
So,
Definitely cold chills.
Yeah.
How long were you in a coma, John? You said several months.
well, it was a good. I don't know exactly. All I can tell you was that I was in a coma. But whenever it was that I came out of the coma, they had that. I can't remember what that was. That thing that goes down your throat to keep you breathing.
Yeah, he was on a respirator.
Respirator. That's what
Ventilator,
it is.
yeah.
Ventilator or whatever. Yeah, that's what they had me on. And whenever it was that I was laying there and I opened my eyes, and Mama was standing on one side of me, and she said, "His eyes is opened. His eyes is opened." You know. And of course, they put you in there. I mean, my clothes were ruined. I didn't have any clothes. I'm one person now. You can take and do whatever you want to me, but do not expect me to go nowhere with no underwear on. If my underwear's not on, I'm not happy.
Yeah, I'm about the same way, yeah.
I looked up at Mom, and whenever I looked up at her, I couldn't talk. I looked up at her, and whenever I looked up at her, I tried to look down. She said, "He wants his underwear." But I had to go through, some rehab. But whenever it was that I spoke my first words, Mama went to crying. She said, "I told you I had a feeling. I had a feeling that God said He's going to be okay."
Mama knows.
Yep. I took and whenever it was that I was finally able to stand up on my own in the room, which they had Charlotte Mecklenburg cops at my door. No one was allowed in it. No one except immediate family, and that's it.
They had a guard on your door, huh?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And the day that it was that I was able to stand up and look in the mirror myself, I looked in the mirror at my head, and the one side of my face that was shot was completely covered in tape or whatever to keep it, I guess, to keep it from getting infected. I don't know. But I did the best that I could, and I told Mama that I was tired of being in that room. I wanted out for a little while, and she told me, she said, "Son, they told me you could not leave this room." I said, "Well, I got news for you." I said, "I'm walking this hall today." And I had a lot of hard knocks and all, because I had a lot of seizures and all after it was that I came to.
Oh, I bet.
They had to put me on Dilatin and Tegretol to stop them,
Mm-hmm.
But while I went out the door, whenever I did, that cop told me, he said, "Sir, you cannot go back out this door." I said, "Well, I'm going so you can get out of my way." And I went down to the end of the hall and turned around and come back, and I said, "Mom, I got to go in." I said, "I feel like I'm about to fall." She said, "Go in. Let's go in. Hurry. Come on." And I went in, and I went right back to bed. I mean, I went through a lot.
I can't even imagine.
That.
No.
So what was law enforcement telling you after you come out of your coma? What were they telling you about the shooting?
Like I said, Jerry was the detective that was over me. And Jerry was asking me a lot of questions, and I'd break down, because I've always heard that if you lie to a cop, you go to jail, and I didn't want to go to no jail.
Right.
And I'd tell Jerry the truth, I mean, there's no sense in sitting up and beating around no bush. Tell him what it is that you know.
As best as you can, yeah.
Right, yeah.
None to say the least. I told Jerry the truth, and whenever it was that I told Jerry the truth, he finally, this was weeks and weeks afterwards, he sat up and he told me, he said, "John," he said, "out of everyone that we've talked to," and he said, "I'm telling you," he said, "there's quite a few that we've spoken with." He said, "You are the only one that has told me the truth no matter what." I told him, I said, "Well, Jerry, I ain't going to no jail."
Well, you have nothing to go to jail for. I mean, you're the victim in all this.
I felt like to it that if you told a lie to a cop, though, that they could still take and get you for something. And I said, "I don't want to go to no jail."
I get it, man. So let me ask you this. They arrest a couple guys, and they take them to trial, or they try to try them for this crime. Were you able to go to the trial for these guys? Or for
No.
the one, you weren't able?
I'll be the first one to tell you. Pardon my French, okay?
Yeah,
I went through immortal hell. I'll just be the first one to tell you. I went through immortal hell.
Can't even imagine.
the entire time that it was that I was trying to get better and everything. And I was able to take and start, walking and doing on my own and all. And I started taking and getting these funny phone calls telling me they knew where the house was. They were going to blow the house up. I wasn't going to be here for court. And every time that it was that I'd have a talk with Jerry, he'd tell me, he'd say, John, they can't nobody period get to the house. He said, we've got it surrounded by cops. I said, I'm going to take you at your word. But I'd go outside and look, and I didn't see no cops nowhere.
Wow.
And I got more nervous and more nervous and more nervous. And it was my own stupidity. I should have listened to him, but I didn't. I had not had a job. I had no money. But I had a checking account, and I wrote worthless checks to take and get out of Cleveland County. I left.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I wonder if they thought maybe you was someone who worked at that place, seeing how you were behind the counter, maybe talking, that night. And that's weird that they would call you at home. I can't believe they didn't try to go through the phone records and see if they could figure out who was calling. That's scary stuff, man.
That's just like to it, whenever it was that the cops come in up there at Charlotte to the hospital and was sitting up talking to me. They told me my name would never be released in the paper because of me and that other boy pulling through it.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you promise? And they said, I promise. And then whenever I came home, the very first article that I saw there said my name plain as day. I said, they lied to me.
Wow. Yeah, I would be scared too. You getting phone calls saying they're watching you, they're coming to your house.
Terrifying.
Good Lord, man. I'd do what I had to do to get out of Cleveland County too.
I know that Jim or James or whatever that boy's name is that it was that I told you about. That whenever it was they shot him through the ear. His went in the ear canal and hit a bone and came out his eye. All they could do was patch him up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he probably lost his hearing and an eye in the process.
Yep, he did.
Wow. Good Lord, man. So time passes, you're getting better, you're healing anyway to be able to function. What are the law enforcement telling you over the years? Are they coming to you and talking to you about this or asking you more questions?
Not a single soul talks to me about any of this.
When was the last time anybody from law enforcement talked to you about it? Can you remember?
God, years upon years upon years ago.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I never hear nothing, and I'm sorry, but
yeah, that was one.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's one of the reasons we brought this case up. We wanted to cover it and get as much exposure to it.
Yeah, because we always talk about it, but it was really hard to find information, about this. And then when we put it out, luckily, you hit us up and you wanted to talk about it, and so did Diane. So it's really shocking to us that how hard it is to find anything. It's like we, said amongst ourselves that this thing just seemed like it just kind of like swept under the rug and everybody forgot about it because, they tore the building down and that was the end of it. It's like, I just don't understand.
Well, I know for a fact to it, and I wouldn't believe that Travis would sit up and lie to me. Travis sat up and told me that attorneys and judges and everything went to these places, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, well, what? Why wouldn't it have been that if they'd have been there, they wouldn't have had, cameras on the inside watching everything or something? There's just so much with everything that just nothing makes, what I'm trying to say, nothing makes sense to me. I guess it's because I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, over the years, have you done any of your own investigation on this and looked into anything?
No. The only thing that I can tell you is this. I don't remember the boy's name, but he was the ringleader of the KKK that went out here to Missouri, and he went to that Jewish place and shot and killed a granddad and his grandson, and then he went and shot a woman and killed a woman, and they found him guilty.
Yeah, that was Fraser Glenn Miller.
Yes.
That's him. He was the one that told him that he done this up here.
I mean, over the years, I'm sure you probably heard clips and stuff. Would you have recognized his voice from the ones that came in the store that night?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure after everything you went through, it's hard to remember your own name after all that.
No, I could
That's
not
crazy.
remember any of that.
Yeah.
At
Can't even
all.
imagine.
It's just devastating, man.
Yeah. So how are you now, John? I mean, how are you getting along today?
Well, my my mind, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but ever since it's been that this accident happened,
It wasn't no accident. You were. It was.
A plan.
Yeah, it was a plan. But
Yeah,
You
well,
were just a victim, yes.
yeah, you're a victim.
Yeah.
But go ahead. How are you
but
now?
anyhow, my mind it don't work right, and I feel like to it that's because, so much of my brain has been removed,
Oh, yeah.
and Dr. Vanderveer, he set up and told me that. Well, he told my family, he said he'll forget things real easy. He said you just got your hands full, but said at least thanking the good Lord upstairs, he pulled through it. He said because I wouldn't have give you a quarter for his life whenever I finished with the surgery.
Wow.
Man, he didn't have a lot of hope in
You
anything.
are a miracle guy.
Yeah, you are a miracle, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Wow. But I can't believe that law enforcement hadn't come to you in years to talk about this or anything. It seems like after the Douglas Sheets was let go, it was just done.
That was the end of it, yeah.
Yep, it was.
And they didn't try to find anybody or anything or any more about it.
Well, I don't know if I'm telling it right, so don't hold it against me as to this being the truth. But I got told that Fraser Glenn Miller
Yeah.
told them other two that it was arrested. He said, "We've got this cleared." He said, "Just take and do what I'm telling you to do." And whenever it was that they found all of them not guilty and all, it was dropped. They just didn't care. And I myself, I'm one person, okay? I don't care who it is or what it is that comes to me. You show respect to me, I'm going to show respect to you. I don't care if you're black, blue, purple, green, gay, straight. It doesn't matter to me.
Amen.
The only person I have to answer for when I leave this earth is myself.
That's right, John.
But, all these people who feel like to it that they are able to sit up and tell somebody that they don't like them because of this or they don't like them because of that, it's stupid. Because I set up and I tried my best to understand the Bible and all, and the way that it is that I see it is whenever it is the ones who go to heaven, it's all one group of people. There is no black, there is no white. You're all one nation, one race is what I'm trying to say. I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, one people.
One people.
Yeah.
So
I
why
agree.
sit up and hate somebody down here because of that? It's crazy.
It's just ignorance and stupidity is all it is, John.
Yes.
I know that my brother was murdered this past October down here at Gaffney.
Oh, my gosh.
Did they find
Yeah.
his killer?
Yeah. The day that it was that we laid him to rest, we got a call from the sheriff's department that they called him. But the point of the matter is, it's like because I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, John. No doubt about it. Man, I can't even imagine what you've been through and all this. But like I said, we keep going back over this. That's why we wanted to do this case, to bring more awareness to it. Because people in Cleveland County would come to us and say, I forgot all about this, or I hadn't heard of it.
Right. That's what shocks me is how many people didn't even know anything about it.
Oh, you ain't telling me nothing new there.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of people ask you about it, or now, or
No.
really no friends or anything, or you just sort of
Let it go.
moved on with your life a little bit, maybe?
I've moved on with my life, and it's like I sit there and I've thought about it, and I said I can either sit there and let it play on my mind for the rest of my life, and it'll drive me crazy, or I said I can take and move forward and drop this,
Yeah.
and I can take and live my life the best I can.
I get you. I get it, man.
And that's what I'm trying my best to do.
Well, is there anything else about what you've been through or the story to all this that you want to add to it that people don't know or people might need to know?
Well, if they are, I've told all that it is that I can tell. I mean, I can't sit up and say something about somebody else because I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know, why it was that them people even come in and did it, because I got told I didn't rob nothing. My wallet was left in whenever it was that I got up. My wallet fell out, and the wick I was telling you about that was going to the gas to blow the building up.
Mm-hmm.
That fire off of it caught my wallet and burned up half of my wallet. And I mean, my family knew Cleveland County Sheriff's officers.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of the cop's name, was the first one out there. And he said, "Do we have any survivors?" And he said, "We got one here in the car." I said, "Who is it?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I can't find a wallet." And he come over and looked, and he said, "Oh, dear God." He said, "That's John." He said, "Get him to the hospital now."
Wow.
And it's I guess what I'm trying to get to is that it's best to take and know as many people as you can know, because they're going to take and do what they can to try to help you.
Yeah. Well, John, we certainly appreciate you coming on here and telling your story and talking about it. I know I can't even imagine what you've been through.
I've drawn disability ever since this happened, because the bullet is in my brain, and Dr. Vanderveer told me that I'd never have a job ever again. He said, because it's so close to my spinal cord,
Mm-hmm.
that if I'm ever once hit in the head, it'll either cause one of two things, either death or paralysis.
Wow.
So I draw disability, no more than what I get. It's just not right, because I lost everything.
Right.
Yeah, definitely not enough for everything you've been through, man.
That's for sure.
No.
Well, John, we appreciate you coming on here, man, and telling your story.
Well, I appreciate y'all talking to me. Listen.
Yep. Well, I hope you have a great day, and we'll be talking to you soon, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Dale, we want to thank Jon Anthony for coming on the show, man, and talking about the...
Yeah, thanks, John.
Bookstore.
What a story, man.
Man, I didn't even expect all that going into that. I didn't know. I talked to John a little bit on the phone before we got going. Got, a little bit of vibe from him, see how he was going to do and what he was going to talk about, but I didn't expect all that.
Well, that's good that you don't know beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, because just hearing the story from a first person point of view is just shocking.
Yeah.
It's just what he had to go through. It's just amazing and miraculous that he's even here.
Yeah, and he kept saying, his doctor didn't expect this, didn't expect that. I believe I'd have found me a new doctor.
Well, he's still with us. So.
Oh, yeah, he's still here, man, and keep it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But John is a good friend of the show now, a good friend to us now, and we thank him so much for coming on here, man. And
Yeah.
This Shelby Bookstore murders is still unsolved to this day.
Yeah.
Nobody has been brought to justice for this. So,
I mean, I think they know who done it, but whatever.
yeah,
It still don't mean much.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, especially, they never even talk to them. That just blows my mind.
And John said it's been years
On top of years, on top of years.
since any law enforcement has come to him, tell him anything or talk to him.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But anyway, we wanted to bring that to you guys.
yeah,
It
such
was rough.
We appreciate it, John.
All right, man, we're going to get out of here.
All right, let's roll.
We want everyone to be safe. Just please be careful and always be aware of your surroundings.
Because the next episode could be about you.
This is the Crack House Chronicles.